Hello, it is not the kind of funny showcase. Do not let that fool you. Do not let the title fool you. It's Square Enix.
There we go.
Darby, you're going to have to make one for Nintendo.
Yeah, no, I realized that. I forgot that. It's all right, Jeff. I'll do it. I got time. I got all the time in the world, so I'll do it 10 minutes before.
Yeah.
I'm Darby Hallman.
I'm Jeff Mayo.
I'm Will Outlaw.
And he's Will Outlaw. Over
no,
there.
I'm not.
Special guest Will Outlaw. Who are you really, you imposter?
I am
Fraud
Jacob
coward.
Hamill.
Fraud coward.
Fraud coward. Special guest. One of the weirdos that they bring around to talk about stuff and react to things.
You're not that weird. Not as weird as Will. I mean,
Ew.
Being all engaged and stuff.
Nerd.
Jeff, there's about to be Final Fantasy VII Remake. Jeff, you're gonna have to hug me when it happens, okay? I'm just letting you know.
Darby,
What if it's not
does it
here
make
and they
you
just
feel
point
better?
you to the trailer? Will they play the same trailer that they play at the concert?
they will not.
There's no way.
I know, I'm just
Especially
messing
since
with you.
the trailer they showed had some stuff that we already saw.
Right, yeah.
It was really weird because like that at the end absolutely did not
Yeah.
happen. Like, that's got me.
Even I was like, I know that definitely did not happen.
100% did not happen. So I'm definitely.
So that's kind of exciting.
I'm excited and concerned at the same time. Like, because when they change things, there's the potential of changing things for the worse. But there's also potential of, surprising me and stuff being cool. So, hesitant, but let's freaking go. And there's Avengers on top of this. I'm not even thinking about Avengers because I'm so hyped about Final Fantasy VII. So, and just whatever the Quiet Man 2, let's go.
Exactly.
Let's go.
So, Dari, does it make you feel good that we're going into this already knowing the release date for Final Fantasy VII?
Yeah, maybe it's a good, weight off my shoulder. I can just enjoy it. I can just enjoy it, maybe. I mean, maybe it would have been good to see, though. But I mean, it wouldn't be surprising at this point because there's already been the rumors and leaks and stuff that it was coming early next year. So, once March came up, it'd be like, okay, yeah, that makes sense, yeah.
I think it's kind of good from the standpoint of, hey, we can actually believe it's a real game we'll be playing at some point.
Yeah. They'll still be taking in every little detail when it comes on.
Yeah, but the biggest thing now is we know it's episodic. I hope we, by the end of tonight, know
what that means.
What this is. What this first episode is. How big is it just Midgar and it cuts, or are we going past it? I hope we have a firm idea of that at the end of this. And we better see Tifa. It's time to see Tifa. It's time.
This is very random and not related to this at all, but I just remember when I was looking at my Twitter and I need to see the trailer for that Vampire Masquerade game.
Looks really cool.
Oh, there's a new trailer?
It was that PC gaming show. I need to look to see what announcements happened there.
That first trailer was awesome.
I've been watching all their claims.
Oh, wait, I think they announced the release date too. I think that's March 2.
Oh, hell no. So many stuff.
I think it's somewhere around there.
Too many good RPGs are coming out next spring.
I just wonder.
Just games in general. But
yeah,
a lot of them seem to be kind of leaning toward the RPGs.
I really want to dive.
So we're gonna have to
pick
and choose.
No, 2.5 years. I
really want to dive into Bloodlines.
The game could be completely different from what that teaser trailer
comes out.
promised. We really don't know at this point.
I'm also just really curious.
Yeah, I'm really interested
if
in
you
that
do
too.
get to choose to be an Avenger, does that mean you get someone else gets locked out of
Everything comes
that
out.
character?
Yeah.
Because no one's gonna want to be
Too much?
Hawkeye.
Are we playing the games that come out
It's
that
gonna
month?
be like,
Those couple months for the whole year.
I kind of like Hawkeye. He gets a bad
You
rap.
can be Hawkeye. You can,
I'll
you
be
can pull
Hawkeye.
that sword.
People will want to be Hawkeye. Yeah, for sure.
So, I mean, what are the chances, Jeff, that Square goes from worst to
So if
first?
it is like Destiny and everybody can only
I think at this
pick one
point,
character,
are we talking
that's
in
like
general
300 players max.
or
Press
all conference?
press conference.
All of them together? Not just third party? Because third party 100%.
Yeah, I think that's a done deal, unless they just
No, I was telling
really
Jacob
screw
like
up.
you were out that just Avengers and Final Fantasy VII, as long as those don't disappoint or aren't bad, that instantly puts it above the other third party.
Oh yeah. Especially for us, but no,
I think for most people.
I think that's a done deal. Is it going to go worst to first altogether?
I really hope you get to play as the iconic character.
It's going to be so different than Microsoft. It's going to be kind of hard.
Yeah, I mean, with Nintendo as well.
Nintendo as well.
Cap shield and maybe his abilities, he learns new things as you go.
I'm not I feel like I'm not allowed to judge it because it has Final Fantasy VII Remake. I have to abstain.
Especially after Marvel's Spider-Man delivered the
Abstain from voting.
character-focused story and adventure, and then we're getting something like Marvel's Iron Man VR, which is also single-player focused, character-focused.
But even despite E3 so far being kind of lackluster, I am still like so excited for this conference.
As soon as it
Hey,
begins,
Darby.
My hype has not died for
Make
this.
sure you stay tuned
In
afterwards for all
about
the show
15
analysis
hours,
and
we're getting a new
discussion.
Smash character.
What is the chance that
Yep.
there's any sort of
Yeah, I'd be
tie-in?
very shocked if we don't get a new
No,
a
I
new
think
Smash
no.
character,
Well,
even if
Sakura
it's,
already said the other day
What
at
is
the
the
tournament
chance,
we are.
Right, that's good.
Some
even if
of the
it's
actors
like
from the
Edric
movie
wouldn't be
are
like
not
oh
there.
shit
They'll
thing
get
at this
What is
point.
the chance I'm
It
gonna
would
get
still be
turned
awesome
on?
though. I mean, it's still
When
Dragon
you're-
Quest
when Captain
rep
America
in
Civil War
Smash.
was
That's
coming
still
out, it was
huge.
such a big
I
thing
wouldn't be
where they
surprised
were
if we
like,
got
we don't
two.
know if we're going to get Robert Downey Jr. back for more movies. And like,
I mean,
yeah, because we're halfway through the year already, yeah.
We're
$50
halfway
million
through the
to
year.
get him back. There's no way they got him to come
Yeah.
voice Iron Man in this.
Yeah, it
game.
does
Yeah,
seem
but
like
there are
some
people
like they
that
can't
sound
all
a lot
have the
like
weight
it.
that
That's more likely.
Joker
Yes.
did.
that it's been between.
My
yeah.
hope.
All right, the conference should
So
be
I can
beginning
see
right on
happening at
time.
least
It's gonna
that
be 10 seconds
announced
from
two,
now.
one's
Let me
Shadow
know,
Drop.
Dan, if we need to.
And the
vamp
other
a
one
little
just
bit
kind
more,
of
but,
like a Joker-ish.
Everybody,
Can I just talk about Avengers Endgame spoilers?
Have they ever shadow
let's
dropped
go
the
ahead and spoil
Smash
it.
DLC
Right
character?
now.
Ryu.
No, I don't.
Oh, okay.
All right, so beginning
They
on
leaked
time.
ahead of
Enjoy the
time,
show.
but
We'll
he was
see you
technically
afterwards.
announced and released. Here we go.
Sorry, I was catching up on the PC gaming show.
All right, so I'm gonna have to keep this up for a second while I test the audio like this. So sorry about that, you guys.
Oh. See what's going on, Darby?
Let's go, boys.
Daniel Mod lied to me.
Okay.
The audio would just have to be what it is. Oh my god. Oh my god. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Hell yeah.
And that's it.
Well, thing.
That's the conference.
Yep. That's it for Final Fantasy.
Please welcome Yoshinori Kitase, producer, Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Oh, Jeff. The people in the concert's like, where was this last night? Oh no.
大変嬉しく思います。22年間の時を経て、あのキャラクターたちが非常に美しく、さらに魅力的になって帰ってきました。
I'm very happy to be able to introduce this long-beloved title once again. After 22 years, the familiar characters we love have returned while becoming more beautiful and captivating than ever before.
今まで応援し続けてくださっているファンの皆さん、長年のサポートありがとうございます。大変お待たせいたしました。新たなる冒険へと共に踏み出すことを非常に楽しみにしております。
To our longtime fans, we thank you for your support and patience over these years, and we look forward to embarking on this journey together.
FF7 をリメイクするにあたって、ファイナルファンタジー7の世界観やキャラクターたちをより深く今回は描いております。ファイナルファンタジー7リメイクプロジェクトの最初の作品となる本作では、ミッドガルのストーリーを広大にかつ緻密に語っております。またゲームデザインも今作用に最適化しておりまして、ブルーレイ2枚組相当のボリュームを見込んでおります。一本の独立したゲームとして十分期待に応える作品になっております。
Translator thinking, okay, you can stop.
Oh God, please stop.
Has allowed us to dive much deeper into the world and its characters than ever before. The game design was optimized for this title as well, and we anticipate 2 Blu-ray discs worth of gameplay content.
That's
Okay,
a lot
so
of content.
so 2 games.
The first game in this project
Yeah, 2
stands
games.
on the story of Midgar and is such an elaborate retelling that it has become a solid standalone game in its own right.
I'm okay with
これ
that.
からご紹介する映像およびゲームプレイで、ファンの方の、
two-
期待を消して
2 games. I was hoping 2, not 3.
よく知っているFF7 に再開できることとなります。
Through the content we are about to unveil today, and through all that we have yet to unveil, we will not disappoint your expectations.
They promised Darby.
I believe you.
Your
I believe
reunion
you.
with the Final Fantasy VII you know is near.
それと同時にですね、当時を知らないゲームファンの方は、全く新しいね、ファイナルファンタジーと出会うことになります。
To newcomers who never played the original, we present to you a completely new Final Fantasy and a perfect starting point to explore the world of Final Fantasy VII.
Please welcome Neil Pabone, Senior Manager, Product Marketing, Square Enix.
Honestly, I think 2 games, 1 for Midgar and 2nd for the open world is perfect. Like, not 3, I think that just 2, that's perfect. It's better than 1.
ニールにゲームプレイを紹介してもらいます。
So, Neil is here to introduce you and walk you through gameplay.
Cool. All right.
Hell yeah.
That's good to see.
All right, everyone. Let's mosey.
Well, that's Mosey.
Final Fantasy VII Remake features a hybrid gameplay system that merges real-time action with strategic command-based combat.
Okay.
For starters,
All right.
each press of the square button is a swing of Cloud's Buster Sword. Cloud attacks, dodges, and blocks all in real time. His standard attacks do some damage, but they barely scratch the surface of Cloud's true potential. Succeeding on the battlefield requires much more than just hacking and slashing. Cloud needs to be tactical. He needs ATB. 2 ATB bars are displayed in the lower right.
You like those letters,
These
don't you,
fill up
Darby?
slowly
Dude.
over time, but
Dude,
fill
Jeff.
much faster as Cloud lands standard attacks. Once an ATB bar is full, you can enter tactical mode, where time slows to a crawl.
Okay.
and
Okay,
you
that's
have the
cool.
opportunity to choose actions from the command menu.
Okay.
I like the
I've
mixture.
had the pleasure of seeing
Yeah,
quite
it's-
bit
it's
of
a
the
good
game,
mix.
But tactical
Okay.
mode never gets old for me. I could just sit here
Kind of mixing
all day
in
long
some
and
like
watch this
turn-based, like
beautiful, slow
stop
motion
and think
action.
about this thing.
Yeah.
観客の皆さんはね、おそらくね
And that's how the whole
多分
spell
もう少し
things,
見たい
okay.
のではないかと思いますが、皆さんいかがでしょうか。
Yeah. Okay. That's
I
cool.
think the audience would like to see more. Isn't that right, everyone?
Okay, it has the whole arrows next to Cloud's name, so I wonder if you use that to switch characters.
Well,
I think
once
so.
in tactical
Yeah.
mode, you can choose to
Oh,
perform
oh.
various abilities, such as Cloud's Braver attack.
Yeah, you can walk on a different.
Using an
Yeah.
item in battle will deplete an ATB charge, and if Cloud has the right materia equipped,
I love that detail.
I love that the materia are in the sword.
ATB charges to cast spells. Of course, this being a remake, we're sure to see some familiar faces.
That face.
See the materia in his gun, too.
Hell yes.
Target enemies at a distance.
Oh
Very
my
standard
God, it
design
looks so
generates
good.
ATB charges similar to Cloud, but his abilities.
I love the fact that, you play as different characters.
Yeah. Oh, it's so good. Yeah, it's so much better than if it was just Cloud.
Party members a snap.
Cool.
Speaking of other
Yeah.
party members, Katase-san,
Nice.
when are we going to
You know what
see
this
Team
reminds me of a little bit? Residence of Fate. The old,
yeah.
Soon.
It's like an RPG.
Soon, like in a few minutes.
Continue to fight even when you're not controlling them directly, but it's up to you to choose how and when ATB charges are used. You can maximize your effectiveness by switching between characters or issuing commands to
I hope
characters.
this is playable at
full
E3 so we can get
ATB bars.
impressions.
I so really hope
I
so.
want to hear Brad
Yeah, I'm
play
pretty
it.
sure it is.
Every enemy
Jeff, it
Yeah.
looks so
gauge
good.
I like the
as
robot
you do
designs.
damage.
That's pretty cool.
When the gauge is full,
And
the enemy
that's
becomes
definitely-
staggered, and
That's
you'll
like an
deal
enemy.
bonus damage.
I mean, all of these are enemies from
Yeah.
the game.
Yeah.
Command selections from the original Final Fantasy VII and allows players to enjoy battle while taking the time to think strategically. For players who prefer fast-paced action, abilities and spells can be bound to shortcuts for immediate execution.
Okay, sweet.
Shortcuts make combat extremely dynamic.
Isn't
The
that
choice
kind
use
of
them is
Kingdom
entirely up to you.
Heartsy?
Yep.
Right,
Yeah.
Katase-san?
そうですね、プレイスタイルに合わせて
I'm sure there's some people when they saw the strategy like, that can get old,
That's
but
right. The game
the
has been made so that you can choose
be able to
how
do a little
play.
quick
I hope
shortcut
players get
thing will
excited
help
about
out with
this.
that.
Yeah.
Well, that's a brief introduction to combat. in
I
Final
like it. I
Fantasy
think it's a
VII
good
Remake.
compromise
Yeah.
between like action
Yeah.
and the ATB stuff.
And
Yeah.
the parts of it that people love from the original.
Let's see how Cloud and Barrett do against a more
Yeah, no, a lot of people didn't
formidable
want like it just to be like Final Fantasy 15.
I think based on that, it's different enough from.
Yeah.
Also, in the original game, that timer was 10 minutes, so a lot more going on.
How the hell do we fight this thing? It's got reinforced armor plating, with the internals to be overloaded. Lightning magic.
No other option,
I think I'm just gonna keep Goosebumps.
Darby, it's gonna be unfortunately downhill after this. For
I
you.
know it is. Just with how many times I've already watched the trailers, I can't imagine how many times I'm gonna watch those.
Yeah, this is like a neat hybrid.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think I just said this.
And
It does a good job of keeping it separate from Final Fantasy 15 and Kingdom Hearts.
And I just so love the flipping around. Like, you flip the Barret over there, Cloud over here. I love that so much. And, like, yeah, in the previous one, it was just, like, R1, L1 to switch. It was, like, really quick.
Yeah.
Like, they had the prompt there.
Never seen this defense system before.
Thought you were the expert.
So what's your brilliant plan, genius?
And they're just going to be able to expand on their, like, banter and dialogue so much more, because in the original game, it was just little text bubbles.
Yeah.
That you can't really fit too much text in there, so, like, they're going to be able to do a lot more.
And talking during fights like this and stuff.
Yeah.
Bingo. Focus on that core.
Oh, now he remembers. Don't keep me waiting in suspense next time.
Take him down.
Darby, you know what another good thing about this being episodic is? We'll have time to hopefully play this before Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
Yeah, it won't be as long.
I'm probably going to play this twice.
I understand.
But no, I'm like, I've definitely, the more I've thought about it, I'm like firmly in the camp that I think this is a very, very, very good thing that it's split in 2 games. I think 3 games might have been a bit much, but I think 2 games.
I think
is
after we
great.
talked about, me and you both just kind of agreed that.
Yeah.
Just really thinking about it once we saw all they were putting into it.
And just like they would have had to cut so much if they tried to make it all one game in this style.
Yeah. And these, something that'll be different, stuff like that. You have cover.
Yeah. There's so
a strategy to it, and the different phases for the bosses now.
So you have to completely redesign these environments, but that means like they have no excuse. The second game should be open world. Like, it should be a crazy awesome open world.
Yeah, that's
thing.
probably
Yeah.
part. Yeah, why they're doing it that way.
Yeah.
Because that's a lot of work.
Oh yeah.
In general, and then
And now they get to do Midgar justice, and we get to actually explore Midgar probably in ways that we wouldn't have before.
Hey, Darby, remember where the first part of this year was very light for you? Are you gonna miss that?
Yep. Not the case now. I know, I gotta beat this before Cyberpunk.
You just gotta learn how
You gotta
to
beat
not
Ori
sleep.
before this. You can do that. That's,
yeah, I can do that. That's not that hard. I do wonder how long this is gonna be.
Yeah.
Cause I do think they're gonna expand a lot more. Like the original game, it's about 9 hours or something. But, for Midgar, I mean.
Taking over. Going in.
I'm so glad they're showing this much of the fight.
Yeah.
No, that's kind of why I was hoping for. They do this, and hopefully they do something similar for Avengers.
Yeah,
I think those are 2 games that are worthy of doing this.
But I do
Nice
also.
breath
I
of
hope
fresh
we
air.
see a little bit exploring Midgar. I hope they have time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like to see like just walking around.
Yeah.
For sure.
That's cool. That's laser move. Falls into the Mako. Oh my god.
You hear that? Damn thing showed you how it's done.
Come on, we gotta move.
Yes.
That's pretty cool.
Now, where's everyone's favorite waifu?
You gotta show her.
Welcome welcome
Well, they teased it.
Tetsuya Nomura.
We're
Satisfying.
still going, Nomura! The man who made both of our dreams come true.
Releasing them back-to-back years.
I know. It's insane.
Thank you for joining us.
Hope we see him again.
It is an absolute honor
Yeah.
to have you here. Katase-san, how do you feel working with Nomura-san once again on Final Fantasy VII Remake?
はい、彼とはですね、原作の FF7 以降、何作もね、一緒にね、その後も仕事はしてるんですけども、今作のね、再びね、ディレクションキャラクター
The shoes like Kingdom Hearts shoes.
He's gonna say.
Big old shoes. Well, they showed up in shorts.
I appreciate it.
Since the original Final Fantasy VII, I've worked with him on many titles, but it has been a while since we've actually had him work so heavily on a project like this, from the direction to character design to the story. And I'm really happy to see him working on this title with the same passion that he had 22 years ago.
はい。
野村さん、コメントどうぞ。
はい。今まで結構長い間お待たせしましたが、ずっと応援してくださっているファンの皆様、本当にありがとうございました。そしてですね。
He does not want to be talking.
皆さん今日初めて
I thought he had the same passion.
画面を結構長めに見たと思いますが、おそらく
Some people show their passion in their art, not in speaking to a crowd, and I
People show
respect
their
that.
passion in how many belts they put on their character.
Or that, yes. I mean, that's the ultimate.
Amen.
Yep.
To those who have been waiting so patiently and have been supporting us for such a long time until now. And also, we've taken a look at gameplay right now, and we've fairly showed you a good bit.
Yeah. That was a pretty good bet.
そういうわけなので、皆さんぜひ触れてみたいんじゃないかなと思いましてですね、実際に、触ってみたいですかね。
And I was wondering, do you guys want to actually play the game?
Yeah, I do, Nomura. Is there going to be a demo? I'm going to leave this conference.
Nah. So that was Final Fantasy VII Remake. We're going to dump it into the trash bin now.
Yeah, it's Square Enix booth.
Leave the game live on stage.
So we actually have playable demo kiosks available at the Square Enix E3 booth.
So that's good. They'll be your impressions. Yeah.
Hi. それではですね、最後に、皆さんにご覧いただきたいものがありますので、ぜひ、昨日はですね、コンサートの方でショート版のトレーラーを、公開しましたけども、今日はロング版をご用意してますので、ぜひご覧ください。
So finally, there is something that we wanted to show you. Yesterday we showed you a short version of a trailer at the Final Fantasy VII concert. But today we have a longer version.
Okay.
Tifa reveal.
それではお願いします。
All right, please take a look.
We'll find out where the hell those ghosts are.
Yeah.
She looks just so good.
Oh, it's insane. Yes. It's the intro. But good God. The detail. There's gonna be so many side by side because this is like frame for frame, like the intro is. The side by side's gonna be unfreaking real. Cause this is the intro to the game where it starts on the earth and zooms out.
Right.
And this is the cover.
Yeah. Motorcycle.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Wait, this is motorcycle before the other one because Jesse's with you. Oh, you're on the
So
train.
be adding scenes.
Yeah.
Think he's a keeper?
Hell yeah.
Y'all gotta look at the bigger picture here. Nothing worth fighting for was ever won without sacrifice.
And most of these are scenes from the. But this, yeah.
Aerith combat.
Yeah.
Okay, Tifa's on there. Come on.
Please, you gotta today. Yes! Yes. Thank God. And she has pretty much her original design. I like it.
Have you been a good girl?
And Marlene and Seventh Heaven. Hell yes. Hell yes.
You're having second thoughts.
I know we have to think big if we're going to make a difference. But not like this. I feel trapped.
Ah.
Oh, hell yeah. Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go.
Tifa main.
Oh, yeah.
Right now, millions of nerds are splooshing in their pants.
Yep. Tifa was my main in Dissidia.
Jeff, why do you think I'm doing my 2 playthroughs? One probably playing mostly as Tifa, and the other one playing as someone else. I don't know. Hell yeah. Oh my god, Shinra headquarters. They should let you go into the basement areas like we're Crisis Core. Yeah. I love how everyone's like still has their limit breaks. Like it is still the same.
I like Tifa design. I think it's a good compromise without, you know.
Yeah, it looks like her old design, but it's.
That's Sephiroth.
Run away. You have to leave. You have to live. You bastard! Yeah! Hold on to that hatred.
That's cool. Oh my god, it's so good.
And soon. Pretty soon.
Pre-order now. Receive bonus summon material DLC.
This might be one of the few things that I have to actually get a deluxe thing for, depending on price.
You gotta treat yourself.
This is like the once in a lifetime thing. This is favorite game remade.
We're still good. Okay. First class edition, Darby.
I don't know about that, but somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
I was about to say, there's no way they're not doing a mega edition with something.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's gonna be a statue somewhere of something.
Can't take it. This Life is Strange.
It's cool.
This looks Life is Strange. Yeah. No spoilers, Jeff.
Yeah.
Hey, just the son I wanted to see. I know what happened with you guys in Seattle.
How do you feel with us misfits? Come on!
Ready when you are, young master.
Oh my god, this is so exciting. Oh my gosh.
I love the setting, it's so beautiful, man.
Time to hit the road.
I don't know how I feel about putting streamer reactions in your trailer.
I want
to see what his power can do.
Come on, Daniel.
Jacksepticeye guy.
Be able to control his powers.
Pro Jared. Oh no, wait.
Oh god, was he in there?
No.
Okay.
Oops.
Whoops.
He was, but they took it out.
Oof.
Oh my god.
I miss Dad.
I'm so sorry, Daniel.
Charming.
I'm really glad I got to meet you.
It's the same for me.
Charming.
Bro hug. What a nice dude, man.
Just gonna wait till it's all out.
Yep.
That's how you gotta do it with these types of games.
They take too long.
Daniel, come on, run!
Because I already feel like I need to replay the first episode. Because
Oh, this is gonna be the cliffhanger.
God damn it.
Stop, Daniel. I said stop.
That was so intense.
It's my power.
You're telling me, man.
What the? No, that's the ending, isn't it?
This game is awesome.
you could always play it today. But
Could have
They're
played
trying
it
to remind
last
you.
year.
Go into a different painting. Banjo.
Super Mario 64.
From ages long ago, miasma has blanketed the world.
Wait a minute.
Crystals keep the deadly miasma in check. The
Crystal Chronicles.
is not eternal. These are
Isn't that the name of this?
of brave young adventurers who
I think
journey
so.
to protect
That's that Crystal Chronicles remake. They've showed this before.
the Crystal Chronicles.
Yep, Crystal Chronicles.
If we had no crystals, miasma would consume us all.
I forgot when they showed this, but they showed this somewhere. Yeah, I think like Damiani cared.
Damiani.
Which makes sense, but yeah.
Caravan with friends wherever they may be.
Oh,
Isn't there
Jeff,
a weird
that's
thing with
Final
this
Fantasy VII.
co-op? Like there's one player that has to do something that's
Oh, it's
kind
a
of
mobile.
sucky.
Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles Remastered Edition. This winter, embark on a new journey once more.
Okay,
PS4
also
and
on consoles.
Even the App Store gets an Xbox with it. Octopath.
I've seen people like running that on PC and it looks gorgeous.
Is the
Gorgeous on PC.
experience mod in there yet?
Yeah, that's what I need. Then maybe. You know what I need, Jeff? I need it to come to Game Pass, and then I need a mod. Can you mod games on Game Pass? I don't know. Like easily.
Big man.
Yeah. I think Square is very protective against mods, so you kind of have to go and work around. I know people doing the Dragon Quest mod for the orchestra thing, like you have to do a lot of stuff to make it work. Such a good game with just bad leveling. It like just bad pace.
Klondike bar.
Yep,
What is this?
looks like the Square RPG.
Yeah.
So some. Obviously, this is gonna be a rematch thing. Last Revenant.
Yeah, I think so. I think you're right.
Watched Tales of Arise quite a few more times now, and man, that trailer looks good.
Wait, what?
I said I've watched the Tales of Arise trailer quite a few times now since then.
Tails rise up.
Shadow Drop on Switch.
Okay.
Shadow Drop.
It counts.
What?
I think we're at 3 Shadow Drop.
Like the weird like painting haunted house vibe here. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but whatever.
I dig it.
I mean, it kind of fits with the
decor.
Yeah, and the arena.
It's bigger. It's better. It's the one, the only, the builder's builder of a game. It's Dragon Quest Builders 2.
Take that, Minecraft.
Brandon Jones is hyped.
You don't have a slime, Minecraft.
The vile cult that worships destruction has outlawed the building, cooking, and creation of all things.
Of all things.
It banned cooking.
All hope seems to be lost until you, a young apprentice builder,
The hero of the builder of legends.
of evil.
I mean, yeah.
Washed up on the deserted shores of the Isle of Awakening, and with the help
Yeah.
of your spirited and mysterious companion, Malroth, it is up to you to doff your mallet and club, unravel the riddles of this land, and defeat the hateful children of Harkon.
Those are words.
Those are Dragon Quest words.
Diverse islands and discover your true potential as a master builder. There is a land
Yeah.
of adventure with many islands offering unlimited building combinations.
Jeff, regardless of what happened, I've already had a better time in this game.
With more to do and even more to create.
Dragon Quest Builders looks fine. It's just not my. Not
Yeah.
yeah.
2 is much, much bigger. Build huge
I know it's about to come out here, so they need to hype it up.
with more variety prescient options than ever before, and with a little help from the eager islanders.
I mean, Minecraft with a Dragon Quest skin. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
A lot of Dragon
Probably a
Quest
more
stuff.
direct story too.
Yeah.
Yep.
And more like, yeah, built-in gameplay stuff.
Treacherous
Yep.
mines and spectacular castles. Dive into the watery depths to discover hidden treasures. Climb the highest mountains to catch the sunset. And glide home
Yeah, it's
to rest up for your next day
definitely a
of
cool
adventure.
thing to
Yeah.
exist. How much I haven't really heard how 2 is received versus 1, like from people who've played it.
Based on what I understand, you know, if you like 1, you're probably gonna like 2. It seems like it's a good bit the same, but just some quality of life improvements and stuff like that.
So I haven't heard a second ago.
I really want to play Dragon Quest XI.
I need to finish it. It's gotten away from me.
I mean, I have so many games I need to play, but
Plant seeds and raise a multitude of
It was a giant worm.
Be sure to customize the way you
was
build
it an
your
Alaskan
fields,
bullworm?
Platypunk.
Yes.
Yeah, it did look
An
Alaskan.
Alaskan bull.
humble cabbage and wheat to tantalizingly
Oh, I wish we
tasty
saw stuff for
tomato.
Battle for Bikini.
Battle for Bikini Bottom, man. Hell yeah.
In Square's conference? Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Big projects require
Why
big,
not?
big help.
One of E3's highlights happened before E3.
Multiplayer.
Really, Battle for Bikini Bottom.
This could be a new feature as well,
joke,
multiplayer.
Let your
That's-
creativity run wild.
And like Brandon and his wife are gonna have so much fun with this if they can find time with the baby.
Such wholesome fun.
Yep.
Nice.
They are very wholesome. Which is why it was weird hearing Brandon say fuck.
It was.
Only you can defeat the children of Hargon. Bring an end to destruction and save the world in Dragon Quest Builders 2.
The buildiest builder game that I ever built. Build.
Weird they didn't talk about the Switch version. Nah.
Oh yeah.
Yee.
Speaking of Dragon Quest,
Do we ever release?
I figured this is exactly where
Yeah.
it's gonna go.
Do we have a release date for this?
Nope, that's probably what's gonna happen here.
Shadow drop it, you cowards.
Being able to switch styles is so cool.
Yeah,
It
really.
is. Like the fact that they
Forgot that
the
was a thing.
entire game is playable in the old
There's
style.
the
is
best
so
boy.
awesome. I kind of
Boy
want to
Savant.
play it in PC though, because it's gonna look better. But the
It
portability
looks pretty
also
darn
looks
good.
Yeah, it does.
PlayStation.
But I wonder how much the downgrade's gonna be in Switch. I mean, like the things I see, like
I mean,
you definitely can.
You
notice
got
it.
enough to play. You
notice
can
it.
wait just to hear how all that stuff is.
Yeah.
Definitely a game to take your time with.
Oh yeah, this ridiculous title. Dragon Quest XI Echoes of Elusive
I like
Age
how they-
S
Definitive
Definitive
Edition.
Edition.
I like how they spoiled a party member there.
Oh
so
yeah,
it's full.
yeah.
I wasn't
yeah.
paying attention. so
Good.
whatever.
It's kind of a thing that you don't notice, but if you know what's
So still no
what's the
release
what.
date?
No, it just said fall. Anime.
Anime.
You know what this conference needs? More anime.
That's like
Anime is for jerks.
what Easy
true.
Allies said something
Oh, I
about
heard that was
Microsoft
really
was
not
like
good.
Embracing the anime?
yeah something about being a good day for anime, but they said it in a funnier way.
I think he said something like, Tales will fuel anime for years or something like
something
that.
like that.
Like, I love your spunk, Huber.
A car. We're giving you a car.
Hello
scared.
Alberto and Carlos Mastreta.
Screw video games, we make cars.
Motorsport fans from Mexico, and we're the founders of Original Fire Games.
Over the last few decades, we have seen a fascinating evolution in racing games. And nowadays, you can drive almost any type of car on amazing recreations of the best tracks in the world.
However, we believe it's time to try something different.
Cars drive you.
By reviving a style that pioneered racing games decades
Jeff.
ago.
No, Jeff. Now stick with me.
Top-down racing with a classic, sharp arcade
Card
look
games on
and
motorcycles.
tactile driving physics, which brings
That's the end
together
of my
Genius!
It's the end of my pitch.
We are delighted to share this moment with
Will the sharks buy?
I will.
Alright.
If anime's taught me anything, people love children's card games. And we'll make schools for them. And stake the fate of the world on children's card games.
Of course.
So we must prepare the youth.
There are a lot of Japanese properties where like 10 to 13-year-olds save the world.
Yeah. We must also teach the kids what in the world does pot of greed do.
And what is killing bites?
Exactly.
Battalion 1944 recaptures the core of classic competitive first-person shooters.
It looks old.
You need to quickly coordinate strategies with your team on the fly, whilst keeping your movement nimble and your aim precise.
Oh yes, those American GIs were very nimble.
So
There are
nimble.
multiple game modes for you and your team to dive into. Test your skills in domination, capture the flag.
Are we still in the indie segment?
Yeah.
Perfect your tactics in the highly competitive Wartide game mode. Face It's competitive toolset is fully integrated into the game, bringing world-renowned competitive matchmaking, 1v1s, tournaments, rankings, and leaderboards.
Now
Eat your heart out, Wolfenstein.
I hate to be a downer here, but who's gonna play this?
Yeah, it's not like they're reaching some underserved audience with this. It just looks like kind of a older, lower budget, subpar, generic first person shooter.
I could see like people's dads just playing this.
Yeah.
For no reason.
Wait, Dad, why do you play this?
You know these some so much better games, right?
Shut up, Billy. Shut up, Billy, and go back to your room.
Go play your Night Forts.
It just looks like an old Call of Duty game. Like, it just looks like a Call of Duty game from a long time ago.
Spending more time on this than Dragon Quest.
This is a lot of time.
Available now on Steam.
Is it free? Because that could be a way that some people will play. But even then, there's so many free-to-play games there. But oh boy, music. This is our new music app. It only plays Final Fantasy songs. And that's good enough.
But only the MIDI versions.
Only the MIDI versions.
Sorry, did you know all Final Fantasy soundtracks are on Spotify?
Yeah, I couldn't find 7. People said 7 was on there, but I did not see it on there. I don't know if it's not available in America.
I see them skip 10. What is wrong with you? Go away.
Weirdo. 12's on there. That's cool. Oh, it actually is Final Fantasy music.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. What about Nier?
That really
And
should
it actually
be there.
is the MIDI.
He made these mini versions of the Nier music.
Oh
just
yeah.
For streaming.
Did you see the pro shot footage, Jacob, from the Nier Automata concert?
No.
It's so good.
Yeah, I know they do a good job.
Here we go. This is the sample trailer, I think. Dang it.
But we're leading into something else, maybe.
Hopefully.
That's an Organization 13, man.
So?
This is kind of weird.
Yeah, there's no voice acting in this, by the way.
Why?
They haven't gotten done yet.
Okay.
That's the only thing I got.
It's very dramatic subtitles.
what parts they're showing is weird.
Why are there no sound effects again? They did this last E3 where they had like action with no sound effects. Except this is a lot of action and no sound effects.
Oh, that's really cool.
Now watching this press con, it's so weird the parts they're showing.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how much of this is like a spoiler for the game?
Some of the stuff was in game.
Okay, yeah. Good thing.
I mean, it doesn't
good
say
thing Kingdom Hearts is.
I mean, it doesn't say what
non-comprehensible.
happens, but that sword thing was literally the final fight.
That was super weird. Not having.
I'm hyped
sounds
because I
other
know
than
what's
music.
going on, but yeah.
Yeah, but also just the like no voice, no sound effect, no anything.
Yeah.
Oh, it was really weird.
Naoki Yoshida, producer and director, Final Fantasy XIV Online.
That just seemed like you forgot the project was due tomorrow, so you had to scramble to get something together. Announce you're going to free to play. Or one time purchase.
I'll literally buy it right now if they say that.
Yeah. No, this would be the MMO I would do, for sure.
短い時間ですが、僕からはいよいよこの7月2日発売となるファイナルファンタジー14拡張パッケージ第3弾漆黒のヴィランズの紹介をさせていただきます。
So we'd like to take a little bit of your time to show off Shadowbringers Final Fantasy XIV's third expansion pack, which is releasing on July the 2nd.
2013年に新生オルゼア・レルムリボーンが発売されてから、6年が経ちました、なんと世界で累計登録アカウント数1600万を突破し、なんとこのですね漆黒のヴィランズの発売を前にして有料会員数も過去最高を、更新することができました、これらは全て世界中のプレイヤー光の戦士の皆さんのおかげです。この場を借りて改めてお礼申し上げます。
It's been 6 years since the release of A Realm Reborn in 2013, and over the years we have surpassed 16 million total registered users. Plus,
I just want to say, looking at this list, there's only one game from the Western Square Enix studios. Life is Strange is the only one. The rest was Japan.
Wow. I mean, I imagine there's going to be a giant Avengers blowout.
Oh, no.
That'll make up for it a
100%,
little
yeah.
bit there. But no, you're right. It's like...
Oh no! If they do like an Avengers blowout like they were Final Fantasy VII, I mean, no matter what's in between, this is worth it.
I kind of feel like Square Enix takes turns having the West being successful and the Japan not, and Japan being successful and the West not. Like, I feel like they're never at the same time.
That's why we're
'Cause
getting
Japan
Avengers
was-
and Final Fantasy VII.
Japan was rough for a while.
Yeah.
Like when Final Fantasy 15 got
Last
pushed back, and
generation.
Kingdom Hearts kept getting pushed back, and Final Fantasy 14 sucked at first. It was a rough time. Meanwhile, like Tomb Raider was doing really good at the start. Hitman was doing pretty good. There was some other ones that I just can't think of that were doing pretty good.
Final Fantasy XIV, including 2 new jobs, the Gunbreaker.
But then it kind of switched. Tomb Raider started going downhill.
Yeah, and they
But
certainly
I
done
mean,
a lot.
sales-wise, I love
Yeah.
Tomb Raider, but sales-wise, it started going downhill.
They certainly cut out a lot of their Western stuff too.
Yeah.
ファイナルファンタジー7リメイクの発売2020年3月3日
What
ま
about?
での間漆黒のヴィランズをお楽しみください。
We are excited to
Crossover.
bring Shadowbringers as the latest installment in the Final Fantasy franchise for our fans to enjoy. At least until 2020 March
Oh, okay.
3rd, when Final Fantasy VII...
So he acknowledges that everyone's going to stop playing his game.
They'll take a break.
ローンチとなりますが、この場で世界初公開となるその漆黒のヴィランズのローンチトレーラーをご覧いただこうと思います。
We are pleased to bring a world premiere of the launch trailer for Shadowbringers releasing on July the 2nd.
Please take a look.
The trailers are hype.
I will take a look. That man looks dizzy. Dizzy man.
Well, if it ain't the oldest joke in the book.
What about the Jokus?
When, pray tell, did we last have a dark night? Over 100 bleeding years ago. That's when.
100 bleeding years.
Aggressively English.
In that chaotic no man's land between realms, time and space warp and blend in unexpected ways.
I love how derpy so many creative characters always looking like every cutscene they're ever in.
They saw was the future.
Oh, darn. Our creative characters in Red Dead Online are perfect.
Perfection. Not horrific at all, or derpy. Nope.
That's how the Sin Eaters came to be. They were once living creatures, people, that were caught in the path of the flood. Once the change is wrought, there is no going back.
It's just such a Japanese thing to put so much text in all your trailers. It just always makes me laugh so much.
Bunny people!
There's plenty of people in 12, I forget their name. Vera, I think. That's their name.
That's him. That's Volthree.
That's
that
him.
belly. Ooh, that belly.
Are part of Yulmar's society, but they must be fed with ether. Living.
Oh, God.
I don't like the way he moves.
This world is beyond saving. Like those who try to save it. This world
The like pop auto tune thing in the background.
Yeah. I haven't ever really seen much of Final Fantasy 14, but this is interesting, to say the least.
Certainly. But it's like there are like just in the combat and the classes and stuff I see there's a lot of like Final Fantasy references and it looks fun.
Oh, yeah.
It looks very fun. Like the
Yeah,
combat looks
I'm
very
sure.
fun. I mean, I'm sure the story and everything else is just insanity, but just like very over dramatic. Just like Final Fantasy is.
How many years have I waited for this moment?
I wonder if Square is going for an hour and a half like everyone else. That seems to be the trend.
Well, we know Nintendo isn't.
Thank you, Nintendo. I mean, like, if we're like getting close to the Avengers blowout to right out into the end, then we're fine. Like, I think, yeah.
Was made manifest. I'm sorry, I can only assume I misheard, but it sounded an awful lot like you were implying both Zodiac and Hydaelyn are not gods.
But they are gods after a fashion, yes.
Blasphemy.
The eldest and most powerful.
Talos is part of the 9.
But you can go see a dermatologist.
Yeah. Some skin problems.
Oh my god!
Yeah!
God damn.
Bum 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 bum. Bum bum bum. Let's get that gun.
Okay.
The Quiet Man 2.
Quieter, man.
The Quiet Dog. Division 3. Dying Light? Dying Man. The Dying Man.
I mean, he's infected.
Yeah, Dying Light. With the parkour. Oh, shit.
Okay, so there was one Square game at Microsoft.
Yeah, I guess they did
It
it
was
right.
Wally
It
conveniently
was
placed.
story at Microsoft gameplay here.
Yeah. Also, apparently, stuff with the Final Fantasy things right now is still just for PS4.
They did say coming first to PS4, so
yeah,
I
but they
imagine
haven't even mentioned it coming to Xbox.
I imagine it's gonna be a timed exclusive, or maybe it's become an exclusive since then. I mean, that was that was in 2015 when they first said that. Maybe Sony ponied up that money.
Don't like showing? Not the best.
Yeah. Just weird, not fitting music to some parkour.
What is fitting music to parkour?
Corn. The bone dom Down with the sickness. Oh,
This is someone's dream come true. Your choices matter.
Hey Jeff, look at me. Your choices matter, okay? Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Every playthrough.
Every playthrough in my life. A new lobster!
A new hero.
The font just makes me think of Windjammers. Where's Windjammers? I want Windjammers. I want to play Windjammers with my friends. Wake me up when Avengers starts. I just want to go watch Final Fantasy VII again and again and again until March. Did I say romancing salsa?
No, romancing side. I've seen that around.
Yeah.
That doesn't interest me.
Bum bum ba bum.
Final Fantasy Brave Exvius.
Okay.
Isn't this the one where Ariana Grande's in? Pretty sure it is.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious. That was like 3 years ago. Ariana Grande's in a Final Fantasy mobile game, and I'm pretty sure that's what this is. And that was even before Ariana Grande was like as big as she is.
Final Fantasy Brave Exvius.
I have absolutely no clue how that fits, but
okay. These are some words.
JRPG naming conventions are some of the funniest things in video
They
games.
give me life.
This is the story of Ardora, a continent of Lapis. A tiny spark here.
We're going in.
All right,
Strap in.
These headphones are uncomfortable, so I think I can take a break. I'm taking a break.
I like how, there's some people here that don't give a crap about JRPGs and are here just for Avengers. And Square is making them watch pretty much nothing but JRPGs.
You gotta pay your dues. You gotta pay your dues if you want your Avengers.
A little nervous, a little antsy.
You gotta pay your dues.
Watch all this anime.
It's gonna be a thing once we get it done. We're gonna obviously mainly focus on Final Fantasy VII and Avengers, but we're gonna look at the rest of the list. Like, there's a lot of stuff on my list, but it's a bunch of stuff that's kind of like already released, or we already got trailers for, or something just small. But they're just stuffing it in here because they kind of have it held hostage.
Yes, no, Jeff, I feel held hostage. 100% I feel held hostage. I'm just so, I can't tell you how relieved I am that Final Fantasy VII was the beginning. Like, I'm excited for Avengers, but I'm really, really glad that I didn't have to spend
It better be something freaking substantial for that game.
I'm really glad I didn't have to spend this whole conference, like, waiting for 7.
I'm looking at this list. There's been no new game announcement. I guess besides this.
So Jeff, Square
supports. I guess
Square really still wanted to have a conference to waste your time. They just they happen to have
two great games. They just potentially had two of the game of the shows.
Yes,
depending how good Avengers is.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, there'll be a future. A few years from now, we'll forget about all this.
Yeah.
All the stuff in the middle. And
Probably
I already forgot
that
about it. Yeah.
Oh, they teased this. This is a new IP.
Okay.
all right,
Let's
I'll
see.
pay attention.
I think this is...
Bulletstorm is maybe not the highest pedigree, but
I remember having fun with it, but I doubt the writing held. Like, I bet it's atrocious and just.
oh yeah, I remember seeing this teased. Okay.
Now we're getting to the Western stuff.
Maybe then you go right back to. Here's Legends of the Guardian Angel Redux Reloaded
another-
Core Brave Exodus Dying Light Shining Redux 0.8. Looks like a game
reminds
where
me-
a bunch of people shoot guns.
He just looks like a. Okay, that looks weird.
Okay,
Okay.
okay.
That's kind of cool.
Show me more weird things.
Yeah.
Okay.
Less military people
Yeah.
and more weird.
They teased
monsters.
Supernatural at the end.
Because that's for that one thing. Everything else just kind of looked like.
It was like she shot fire
we've seen,
at the
we've
end.
seen on a lot of other games.
It looked very boring and bland for the most part. Like I will, even with that big thing.
Summer.
Even with that big thing, I promise you, I'll forget this game exists.
Oh yeah,
tomorrow,
definitely.
or like in like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Please welcome Sebastian Wojciechowski, studio head. People Can Fly.
Polish name.
Oh, we're going more into this game.
Okay.
Darby, we can complain about other ones just doing trailers when they premiere games. We can't also complain about them going into it a little bit at least.
Yeah, I mean, I want to know. Definitely.
I just complain from my own standpoint. 'Cause I'm not very interested, but we'll see.
Just tell me. You gotta tell me on.
Yeah, any Bulletstorm fans in the house? All right.
Yeah, thank you, fans of Western games.
Probably
two of you.
Probably most of the audience. I mean, Avengers is what probably most people are here for. Or 7 Remake.
7 Remake.
Probably 7 Remake. The nerds. Let's go. Let's be here.
People have more reason to be fanatics about that game right now.
Yeah. Well, we know more about it.
In the morning in Poland, so make a noise for them, please.
Yeah!
Thank you. And of course, Square Enix for the help and support as we work together on this exciting new IP.
It's just, why does everyone have to go for like an hour and a half?
People Can Fly
Well,
is
we're not even at an hour.
200 developers and 4 studios across Poland, the UK, and most recently the US to bring you what is our most ambitious shooter.
And really, it's going to be 75 minutes.
To present more
Probably doesn't help where you have very uncomfortable chairs.
of our vision, I would like to take this
Would you like a
moment
cushion to
introduce
sit
a short video from
your
our
butt on?
director,
Fine.
Bartek Kmita.
I have a bony
So
butt.
thanks a lot. More on Outriders
I have
this
cushion.
winter. Thank
I
you.
wish I did.
No, you don't.
Need some more junk in the trunk.
Show gameplay.
We're just gonna show you that trailer again. Oh no!
And they're gonna show people
Oh,
developing the game.
Oh
They're gonna show
no!
concept art.
It's supposed to be out in a year. Just show us it.
And
Oh.
Outriders.
Don't show the
Hostage,
game
Jeff.
on computer screens.
They are holding so many like Marvel fans hostage.
Game we wanted to make for a very long time.
All right, I'm going to get my butt pillow.
We describe Outriders as a dark, modern shooter built with traditional values. By
I miss Final Fantasy VII, Darby.
Creating an experience
Like,
with a
if I had it my way, I would go.
I mean, I'm not just saying that because you're here, because it just legitimately looks great.
Doesn't it though?
I mean, I'm all in on it.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm glad
that's a
both of
question.
y'all
We are confident
did a
we
lot
are
too.
building a shooter with a powerful gunplay.
Oh,
incredible
look at
weaponry,
this. Just.
and a hostile new world.
One was like a Bayonetta's gun.
I don't want to spend many hours in.
Wait, what is this game? Like, is it? Because right now this looks like you're a post-apocalyptic shooter, and we have a lot of those.
Yeah, and we still don't really like. We've seen generic soldier people and monsters.
Well, I mean, at this point, there's nothing this game probably showed to make me want to get it.
I mean, yeah, it already
I mean, we'll be
looks-
doing Final Fantasy VII, like Ori and Cyberpunk, and probably some other couple things way past summer.
There's no time for any of this.
Yeah, our years is probably getting close to being filled already.
By the time I finish Cyberpunk, I'm probably gonna have like 150 hours on it.
Yeah. It's,
Stop showing nothing of your game. I swear, Avengers is just a freaking trailer.
Now, time for an office tour of Outriders. Of Say We Could Fly.
That's a big painting.
Bum bum ba bum bum bum.
this is starting to really go downhill.
Held hostage.
Guys, it's been a couple minutes. We saw a JRPG.
I think they're just setting up. They're setting up Avengers to be disappointed because like the longer this goes, the better that has to be. Like the scale slides.
Say.
Like
I don't even care about Avengers, but like it needs to be good.
Better be entertaining. Yeah, like
Otherwise, man, was the third party a shit show.
Jacob maybe like wishes the opposite of me, that he had 7 to look forward to right now because you're less interested in Avengers anyway. Whereas like I'm so happy that I didn't have to spend this whole time in anticipation of 7.
For sure. Yeah, I mean 7 looks really, really good. I'm really interested in it, but that's about it.
This is that Oni Maki or whatever the hell game.
Is it from the I Am Setsuna people, like that one? Where you like vaguely persona.
Yeah, Personas,
yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm actually like kind of interested in this game. I still don't need to really see this.
Yeah.
But
Hey, at least this is a game that's not out yet.
Yeah.
The Outriders, chef.
True. This is a game not out yet that we're seeing gameplay for.
A game that you're gonna forget about, and everyone's gonna forget about, because you're gonna be playing Cyberpunk and Ori and FFVII Remake and.
You're right. Plus, Game Pass releasing a new game like every week.
Yeah, I need to go get Game Pass and see what new games I can play.
August 22nd.
Uh-oh.
Get out of here.
Thanks, Norton.
Bum. All of us.
Final Fantasy VIII. Yep.
Did this leak or something? Maybe. So it's just a
this
port
game that would never be spoken of ever.
It's the
again.
port that like. I mean,
it's a remaster.
Nice. I mean, I know they said it was like really hard to do this one because of reasons I forgot, but it was really funny when they announced like all the ports and stuff, and it was always like 7, 9, 10 every single time.
Yeah,
Is that what you're reporting? 7, 9, 10. It's like okay, you just
yep.
So, as someone who doesn't know, what's the problem with Final Fantasy VIII? Is it just because it's not Final Fantasy VII?
It was kind of different. The battle style was different, so it was a hit or miss for people.
The the battle system is like complicated. Like a lot of people really like it, and honestly, I want to give it a try because like a lot of people hate the 12 system, and like I love it so much. But it's definitely different and it's complicated. But once you get into it, you love it, and I can easily see 8 being that way too. I haven't played it. And it's just
give me a time, Darby.
Well, also it's like thematically similar to 7, like with the whole like kind of like steampunky kind of like futuristic but still magic. And then 9 is when they went back to like traditional things. And I love 7 so much, and 8's almost like kind of a companion piece to it. Like I should probably play 8.
Following trailers created in game.
Yeah, here we go.
Here we go.
Not even on pomp and circumstance, but all right, let's go.
Let's go, baby.
The host, we're done. All right.
It looked kind of strange.
Why is it so quiet? Yeah.
Thor, Tony, check it out. That's one.
Tony looks weird.
A little off. Yeah.
Well, you guys might lose the number bet for this.
Wait, what was it?
I think you all said 4.
What was the bet?
How many Avengers would be playable?
I guess Black Widow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. Good to get a female superhero in there.
Why is it so quiet? Yeah.
Is that a joke?
Like the voices are quiet.
Yeah.
The sound effects are not.
Cap, they got pulsar tank.
Tony, Thor, the cables! Cap, what's going on over there?
Dark to Chimera, what's your status? Should head back.
No, stay on task. There's still subversions on this bridge.
Yeah, it definitely gives me the vibe almost that you're like flipping back between them during a mission.
Yeah.
Some say they were set up. Others call them murderers.
Do the Avengers pose a danger to society? That was the question, Bruce. That was the question.
Well, we all lost something that day.
It's looking very storyish.
But that's not how this story ends.
Okay.
So maybe you don't play as Captain America.
No, they showed you playing as them.
Okay, well, I thought I saw the statue and it seemed like a in memorial of.
What are we waiting for?
Of Cap.
Yeah.
Okay, Cap's
Because you only
not,
see those 4 at the end.
Yeah, Cap's not there.
They showed you. They showed a section where it looked like you were controlling him.
I'm sure you probably play as him, but maybe he is
Please
dead or
welcome
thought dead
Sean
at some point in the story.
Creative Director,
interesting.
Crystal Dynamics, and Bill Roseman, Vice President and Creative
I don't know if the
Director,
people look
Marvel
weird
Games.
because I'm so used to the movies, or they look weird because they look weird.
I think it's probably the movies.
Yeah.
Used to seeing them look a
Some of the
certain way.
character models definitely looked better at times than others, like and worse at other times. But overall,
Thank you.
I'm down for it.
We love you.
But I want to see gameplay because that trailer
have
makes
5.
that trailer makes it seem like a story campaign, like it's a
We are
story focused
incredibly
thing.
excited to reveal Marvel's Avengers to the world. A few years ago, Crystal Dynamics and Marvel began collaborating on an original Avengers game. One that combined epic action adventure with cinematic storytelling.
Okay.
A game where we as players can experience in both single player and co-op what it's like to be Earth's mightiest heroes.
Do I have any true believers in the house? Yes! Awesome. Because you will instantly recognize your favorite superheroes and villains, but you'll also see that they're unique to this game, as this is Crystal's interpretation of these iconic characters.
It's gonna be those 5.
Our story
That's
begins
what that
in
makes me
Mayday,
think.
as San Francisco celebrates the opening of the Avengers West Coast headquarters. And the team's custom helicarrier.
It's already going to be
outfitted
hard
with
enough to make
strange
5
experimental
characters feel
energy
good in
source.
the full game like this.
However, the day turns deadly when an attempt to steal this new technology results in massive destruction. Blamed for the tragedy, the Avengers are outlawed and our heroes disband.
5 years later, a horrific evil threatens the world, and our only hope is to reassemble Earth's mightiest heroes. You'll play as your favorite Avengers in an all-new original story showcasing authentic Marvel heroism and humanity. And fighting to get it back.
Oh no.
Yeah. I thought, like, is the villain hacking into the conference? Is that what we're doing?
Where's Hawkeye?
Most importantly, this is a story about self-acceptance.
You're breathtaking.
In the face of adversity. About embracing
Hear that guy's getting a free copy of Cyberpunk?
That's what Jacob said. That's great.
That together we are mighty.
You'll lead the team as the legendary super soldier, Captain America.
Captain America's in the game.
Call down the lightning as the Asgardian god of thunder, Thor. You'll channel the anger of scientist Bruce Banner by unleashing the Hulk.
What if I just want to play
You'll
Bruce
gather
Banner?
intel and strike swiftly
No.
as the ultimate tactical spy, Black Widow. And finally, you'll blast through the sky as a charismatic Tony Stark, known to the wider world as the Armored Iron Man.
To bring this incredible story to
Oh, don't
life,
put
we've
real
assembled
people.
An all-star cast. I'll let them introduce themselves.
Oh no.
Please don't be in costume.
Oh, please be in costume.
Where's that?
So, here we are.
Troy!
A little better.
Oh, which one's Troy? And Illinois.
Hi, I'm Troy Baker, and I play Bruce Banner.
Hi, I'm Jeff Shine.
Weird.
And I play Captain America.
I'm Travis Willingham, and I play Thor.
Hi, I'm Laura Bailey, and I'm playing Black Widow.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Nolan North, and I play Tony Stark.
That makes
There's
sense.
certain characters I don't ever
Yeah,
have to be,
Troy being Banner
talked
doesn't.
into.
I'm sure. I mean, he'll do
So
it.
we'd like
He'll
to
do
have
it
you play
fine.
Tony Stark Iron Man. Yeah, yes. You know, everybody always portrays him as this super confident character, and I think it's a mask for him. I think he's one of the most vulnerable guys.
I think Bruce is just such a cool character. A lot of people are really quick to bring out the big green, but I think that Bruce is super complex character.
I'm sure they're.
Fun, and
I'm sure it's exciting for them to be able to play Tony Stark and Bruce Banner.
Extremely capable, but she's at the core. She's human. She's
What?
surrounded by all of this larger than life stuff, and she has to step up to it.
I feel like Thor got really interesting in the last like 10 or 15 years. For me, I like where he's kind of landed in
You
the
don't say.
public eye.
One of the things I think is cool about Cap is I never feel like he necessarily wants to be a leader. He accepts that he is. I feel like sometimes the best leaders are the ones who don't necessarily want to be, but they're right for the job.
Having an original story to tell as well. What they've done at Crystal Dynamics is great. So
I'm happy to be hearing all this stuff. If story.
Yeah, it's really starting to seem like it really is what we were expecting
Just with the option
originally.
of co-op because you play as multiple Avengers, which could be cool. But show us how that works.
Like if this is a games of the service multiplayer thing, then they're really steering us wrong. Because I mean, Crystal Dynamics has always done
5 years after A-Day.
Do the Avengers pose a danger to society? That was the question, Bruce. That was the question.
Did you even check the science? Did you check
It was a
the science?
heist, Bruce.
No.
We were outsmarted.
The Terrigen reactor was unstable, and you knew that, and you still paraded it before the entire world.
So what? We just give up?
We didn't give up, Tony. We failed. At least I can admit that. No, we failed him. We failed him.
Please welcome Scott Amos, Head of Studio, and Megan Marie, Senior Community and Social Media Manager, Crystal Dynamics.
I do wish this was happening 30 minutes ago. Just like 30 minutes was cut out.
Yeah.
But I'm still here for it.
Hello, E3. You've just seen a high-level view of the cinematic and character-driven campaign of Marvel's Avengers.
But launch is only the beginning of this adventure.
Marvel's Avengers delivers a narrative over multiple years, with exciting new content released on a regular basis.
Like the Avengers,
Here it comes.
you and your friends are stronger together. You'll assemble into teams of up to 4 players online.
Oh, 4 players. No.
Where you can master extraordinary abilities, where you can customize a growing roster of heroes.
Growing roster.
And defend the Earth from ever-escalating threats.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought.
Oh yes, oh yes. And to make sure everyone comes on this journey with us, we're incredibly thrilled to announce that every new superhero and every new region will be delivered at no additional cost.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's big.
Yeah, that's good. Could have made a lot of money doing
Our
that.
promise to the community is that we won't have random loot boxes or pay-to-win scenarios.
I was supposed to cast a clap because we should have had people say that.
Yeah, honestly. Good, but unfortunately it's
But I'm tired of people wanting applause for it.
I know you're out here. IDOS Montreal, these guys are here. Nixie Software, our new Crystal Northwest studio, and everyone at Square Enix.
So our game is about embracing your powers and living your superhero dreams. We have an exclusive gameplay demo in our booth that will show you more of the core campaign.
Show
its
us now.
original story,
They
and
might still
our
show us some
superheroes in
gameplay.
action.
I hope. I really hope.
So, Marvel's Avengers will release worldwide on PS4, Xbox One, Stadia, and PC.
What's on Stadia?
We got you covered. And we're excited to be partnering with PlayStation to bring some awesome surprises to the PlayStation audience, including early beta access and unique benefits that we'll be revealing in the future.
Exclusive characters.
Spider-Man.
Hell yeah, they own them.
We have
Jeez,
one
yeah.
final glimpse into our world, including when
That would
you'll
suck.
get to play this game.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Say he can't just like
Tonight.
not-
What's next for the Avengers?
February.
You true believers.
Probably. Maybe sometime next year.
Is this year? Dear Lord.
Damn it. Progress, Hank.
I have a plan, but it's risky.
Hank, that doesn't look ready.
Come on, Tony, live a little.
Hank's younger than in the MCU.
Unbelievable. It worked.
It's sort of cute when they're small.
So we probably expect Ant-Man.
Doubt you for a second, Hank.
Yeah, so they're probably just gonna slowly add it.
May 15th.
Alright, well at least it's separated a little from the February ones. And April and everything else.
Yeah, it was gonna
That's
be
the one
right
after Cyberpunk.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's
where
gonna be
this
right in the
along.
middle of Cyberpunk.
That is the problem. Because this looks cool, but Cyberpunk looks cooler, so. Yeah, no gameplay is a mistake.
That's
a mistake. I really hope the gameplay's not going to be all behind closed doors. I really hope we can at least.
It made it sound like it was on the floor, so
get ready for phone
To
footage.
break it down, it's IGN's Jonathan Dornbush, Lucio O'Brien, and Destin Legary.
Well,
So,
if that's the
what do you
case, it's
think?
on the floor. They got. They're
What
gonna
did I
have
say?
to release it because they don't want their the footage being out there be stuff that's just people watching on their phone
Yeah, certainly.
or people filming on their phone.
All right, we're gonna start a post comment. Do you want to have a just agree right now that we're only talking about 7 and Avengers?
Yeah.
I mean, like maybe make a star by anything you want to talk about, because like I can skip the rest of it pretty much. All right. Hey.
Hello.
Should be good. Alrighty.
I'm gonna like periodically maybe check on my phone to see if they release gameplay footage.
Yeah. Not, I mean, regardless, not showing it here was a mistake, but like I hope we we at least see it in other parts of E3. If it's all behind closed doors, it's gonna kind of suck. Alrighty. Okay, y'all ready though?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's talk about it.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Alright. Hello and welcome to the Nerds at Large discussion for Square Enix's 2019 E3 conference. I'm Darby Hallman.
I'm Jeff Mayo.
And I am the guest, Jacob Hamill.
Special guest.
Special guest.
Man, you always forget the special. So special. We just got done watching Square Enix's 2019 press conference. And really, honestly, you guys, we're pretty much going to be talking about 2 games. I'm sure maybe Jeff marked a few other ones that he is welcome to talk about, but for the most part, this was my dreams come true.
Mm-hmm.
Then a bunch of nonsense that they literally held us hostage waiting for Avengers, and then Avengers. I imagine y'all pretty much agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it took close to at least 50 minutes or so between Final Fantasy and Avengers, I believe.
It will at least, yeah. I mean, it probably was about that. It just felt like it felt like we were already getting close to an hour and a half when we were like less than an hour.
Yeah, which I think speaks to the content that they showed off in the middle.
Yeah,
of the.
It was so much of it, and like so many of them, like Jeff pointed out, so many of them were like games that had already that we already knew about. A lot of them was not even new information, like Dragon Quest XI, nothing new there. There was a bunch of those with nothing new. But it's easy to be negative when you had to sit for like a really long time. But my God.
Hey. Oh, yeah. I was going to say, I just saw them. They announced the voice cast for Final Fantasy VII.
Okay. I mean,
Erica Lindbeck is Jessie.
Who is she?
She plays Futaba.
Ah, okay.
In Black Cat.
Nice. All right, but yeah, let's start with Final Fantasy VII. I'll just leave it here as long as IGN is playing the stuff back. Obviously, Final Fantasy VII is my favorite game of all time, and I've played it so many times as a kid, so the remake is just everything I've wanted, and it looks amazing. Like, I really think, obviously, visually, we knew, and we've pretty much seen a little bit from every section of Midgar now, of the story of Midgar, except for Wall Market, which that's the cross-dressing section. We have conveniently not seen any of that, so I am wondering if that actually is going to be cut or changed, which I could see happening, and I would be upset, but I wouldn't be,
probably for the best.
There are some moments in Wall Market that probably should be left out.
Yeah, it's a game from the 90s. There's gonna be stuff that,
especially the homophobic stuff.
Well,
yeah,
some of that can be cut, and that will not be said. But regardless, what they did show, they showed the entire boss fight, the entire first boss fight with the Scorpion, and they showed off Tifa. They showed off a lot of other things, and I think all 3 of us. I'm gonna let you guys say some more stuff. I think all 3 of us were a big fan of the combat.
Yeah,
mm-hmm. Yeah. I think, and you'll probably have a lot more to say about this, Darby, understandably. But I like how they seem to be blended with the whole action RPG-ish combat that we've seen in Final Fantasy 15 and Kingdom Hearts 3, which obviously, Nomura and them seem to take that and apply to here, but taking some elements from the original Final Fantasy 7 with the ATB system and really adding in here and making it's like, okay, this makes sense. This looks cool. This should work.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I totally agree. I think it's like a great compromise for a new modern game, to not have it would be a little weird to have like this fully remade thing and then it's just straight turn-based stuff. I understand that would be weird, but I do think this is a great mix of like you're running around, there's like dodging, you're getting undercover. It is an action game, but there's also the ATB meter that pauses time, and like here you can stop and like think about what you're gonna do. There's definitely that like adds in the element of the old school turn-based thing.
And I kind of, when this came out, I was like, this is cool, but it made me think some people aren't going to like this because that really slows down combat. But then they immediately show the, what's the right word, like, quick menu or whatever.
the shortcut.
Yeah, the shortcut menu, so you can put stuff there and get the stuff quickly, which is good.
And customize it the way you want to do it.
Yeah, because at some point, especially against random grunts like this, you'll be going through that stuff fast. You'll probably less likely need to do that, and that'll add a bunch of unneeded time. But if you just do shortcut,
yeah, but especially during like tough boss fights, it might be a thing that you use.
Yeah, you can kind of do it to kind of pause without pausing the game and kind of cheating, for lack of a better word. And think of, okay, what do I need to do here? Who should I be? And what should I make him do?
Which, yeah, I'm sure you guys agree with me. I love so much how it seemed like in the middle of this fight, like Cloud's on one side of the boss, Barrett's on the other, and you just shift the Barrett and then shift back to Cloud. You're like shifting back and forth. That's just so cool to me. It's so like this easily could have just been you play Cloud. Because even in the original game, you have to have Cloud in the party, and I would not have been surprised if it was you couldn't play as anyone.
Except for
Cloud.
one part, right?
Yeah, except for one part. Yeah. Yeah, so Jacob, what do you think about, as someone who's not as well versed, obviously, as either me or Jeff and Seven, what do you think about looking at this for the first time?
Yeah, it's a really solid showing. I'm really interested in this. The combat, like you said, looks really great, like a nice hybrid between turn-based and real-time. And a lot of real-time action RPGs, in my opinion, that are like this, they can be messy, and I think it can be a little hectic. I like that you can pause time and think about your moves. In this sort of way, a bit of strategy and planning. I think it's a good mix. I think the only thing that I'm worried about is how hectic it's going to be when you have like 4 party members and trying to keep three. Okay,
three. That's one thing I'm curious about. We've only seen 3, though it makes sense with this part. It's like at this part of the game, Darby, correct me if I'm wrong. There's no point where you would even be able to possibly have more than 3, right? Stuff they showed.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Okay, I just assume 4.
Because you don't have Aerith and Tifa at the same time until
they showed a part where you had them both at the same time, but no reason to have anyone else in that. Point is, they've just shown parts where you only have 3 people at most,
right? Yeah, right.
For story reasons.
I mean, my point still stands with 3 people. That I just kind of curious as to how messy or complicated it's going to get. Trying to keep track of 3 different characters, where they are, what they're doing, where their health and their MP is at.
Also, like, for most of the things we've seen in here, you're fighting 1 or 2 enemies, but what happens when you're fighting 6 enemies or something? They're all over the place. It could get more chaotic for sure. But also from like fan servicey, just like remaking the old game level. I love that, like, obviously limit breaks and magic and potions and everything like kind of have a different context here, but the animation looks very, very true to the old games. Like, but like obviously way revamped. Like Cloud's limit break braver, and then mind blow or whatever. Barrett's limit break, and even like Tifa, like a lot of her, like all the moves look like they should.
Dolphin kick.
It's crazy. Like it's like there's just so much detail in here that, and so many like scenes recreated that just like are straight from.
You know what's fun, Darby? Leading up to launch, they got some easy trailer fodder with just showing the other characters.
Oh yeah. Yeah. We haven't seen Red 13.
Haven't seen Yuffie. Haven't seen Vincent.
Which but the thing is, it's going to be weird because there's definitely going to be characters that we're going to have to wait a while to see because they're not going to be until the second game, which that's something they also confirmed. It is 2 games. Yeah. They said it's going to be 2 Blu-ray discs, so 2 games, and they said that Midgar itself is going to be 1 whole game, which we assumed. I think that's the right way to go. I'm glad it's 2 and not 3, and I'm glad it's not 1. I'm glad that they separated it like that so they could take time. And it makes it where there's no excuse. That second one, it needs to be open world, like we are, expansive.
How long do you think this first game will be, and how long do you think the second one will be?
It's kind of hard to completely predict because, like I said, in the original game, the Midgar section, if you're kind of taking your time, especially, takes about 9 to 10 hours. Like, it could take more if you really were taking your time. But I expect this to be a good bit longer because I think you're going to be able to explore a lot more of Midgar
stuff to
than you did before.
Like, I imagine they're going to add, like, quest lines and stuff.
I could see 15 to 20 hours, even more, potentially.
Dumb question. We saw that Cloud riding the cycle with Jesse. Is that a thing?
That does not happen.
Okay.
And that does not happen. There is a motorcycle chase scene, but Jesse.
Yeah,
is
I
not,
know that, but that's a different one.
Jesse is not there, and it was not in the like subway area where they were at.
So we got confirmation without them saying so, and of course the whole ghost thing.
Yeah.
That there is going to be new stuff in here, so that's a good way to add on to make the even if there wasn't as much stuff in the normal game, that part seem to be willing to add stuff.
Right.
Flesh it out and hopefully flesh out characters.
And there's a lot of areas where they can add stuff and it won't feel forced, because like the whole Avalanche team at the beginning, like I'm not going to spoil anything too big, but like you don't get you don't get enough of like their relationships and stuff. Like there's a lot of like that first part of the game and their relationships are just kind of like, this person's this stereotype, this person's this stereotype. They have this relationship.
Right.
All right, let's go. Let's move on with the story. Mm-hmm. And you could like go so much more into it. And you already seeing that. You're on a motorcycle with Jessie. Jessie already has like lines and scenes in here that she never has in the game, which is super cool.
Yeah.
You could expand on their dialogue, and even like Cloud and Barrett like bantering in the middle of the fight. That's really cool. And that's like something that we obviously never got in the original game. Yeah, and Tifa's reveal. What did y'all think about her design?
I think it looks good. It's faithful to the original design, but modernizing it, maybe for lack of a better word.
Yeah. I think it looks more like her design looks more like realistic and kind of fits with everyone else, but it also is still true.
I need to look at it again. I think the way to maybe look at it is it's kind of like her Advent Children outfit, but they recolored it to make it look like her original outfit.
Yeah, let's see it again. It's coming up. Should be. Yeah, and got to see more Aerith like using her limit break. We still haven't seen a ton of Aerith fighting.
What I'm very curious about, and I get why they're not showing it yet, because
and seeing Seventh Heaven is so cool.
Yeah,
like I love this area in the original game. It's so
see Marlene too.
It's so cool.
But how they're gonna handle the whole thing when you get like more than the max party? Will they be with you, or are they gonna do that thing where only those are with you? I hope they just let them all be with you and you get a switch.
Yeah, in the original game, like if you want to change party members, you have to be on the world map and like call them in and stuff.
So that's one thing I hope they change. And I imagine there's a better chance of doing that since they got to go the whole thing with voice acting and all that.
Yeah.
But
it's cool.
I still imagine you're going to be like 3 at a time, so there's probably going to be replayability as far as
I mean, it's going to be like any other JRPG with party where you can switch them in and out. They'll still be there, but they're just not fighting.
Yeah, Tifa looks really fun to play as with the punches and the kicks.
I mean, I've always thought
definitely, that looks really nice.
As soon as we knew that 7 Remake was going to be more actiony, Tifa is the obvious like, okay, well then that's going to be great.
Set her in a thing. She was my Dissidia main. Her gameplays are usually fun in this stuff. It's more action oriented.
It seems just so obvious that she's going to be a blast to play. Oh my god, it looks so good. It looks so much better than I ever could have hoped. And just like so many sections that were just JPEGs before.
Pause it real quick when Cloud comes. Go back a little bit. This may be something a little obvious, but let's see. Let's get around here. Just do it, and when you get a good view of Cloud and starting the next scene, pause it.
I don't know where I'm pausing.
Okay, go back.
Oh geez. All right, we're gonna get it.
Sorry.
Doing some scrubbing.
That's not the Buster Sword.
Yep. That's not. Yeah. Yeah.
So I guess confirm different weapons.
Different weapons.
Yeah.
I noticed. I was like, wait a minute.
That's a good catch. No, that's a very good catch, Jeff. That's a very good catch. Because that was I did wonder if they were going to simplify that down to where everyone just kind of has their weapon and that's their weapon. But no,
I mean, you can probably look and see Bear plays different guns throughout this thing, but
probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's a good catch. Good catch. That I did not have. Yeah, and then that's I think as far as like details, that's pretty much about it. That we have the collector's editions.
They showed again release date March 3rd, and dear Lord, the beginning of the year, especially once we get to early next year is filling up. It is insane.
I guess this stopped or something.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah, really good, solid end to the generation. So.
What if Last of Us comes early next year? Oh, God.
And it probably will. I could see that happening.
Yeah, I guess.
Or it could be a launch title.
They ended their stream
PS5.
right.
Yeah, but here's the kind of thing. Obviously, Sony knows all this stuff that's happening early next year, and they have right now Final Fantasy VII is a PS4 exclusive, and they have marketing deals with Avengers, as we know.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
they might. Last of Us may not be coming early next year, which now we know all these release dates. I'm not against it. You know.
Yeah, it's not like we are hurting for things to play.
Yeah.
In this time period.
I mean, I want Last of Us more than Last of Us Part 2 more than any of these games. I know you might feel
I can't say that, but
that's fair. But
but like, yeah, that's the only way I could be.
So,
but yeah, can you imagine if I had to choose between like Final Fantasy VII Remake, Cyberpunk, and Last of Us? If like I was trying to juggle all of those, I'd be like,
Man, Darby, there could be a chance if like The Last of Us comes out in February, you might have to wait a couple months to play Ori.
Oh yeah, absolutely, yeah. I mean, I have to put The Last of Us on the back burner, and there's literally only one game that can make that happen, but it might happen. Yeah, and then Cyberpunk, like, it'll just like stack up, and
I'm kind of hoping Nintendo has maybe a week started next year too, or at least games that aren't my cup of tea.
So space them out. Well, do y'all have any more on 7 Remake? Like, I promise you, this will be like our remaining podcast until March of next year. Will be like a lot of like me just randomly talking about things.
We know Nintendo's tomorrow, but I can safely say I think we know what Darby's game of show is.
Oh yeah, I mean, Nintendo would have to do something crazy.
Yeah,
something crazy.
Fire Emblem has to blow your socks off. That might be the only thing that
I don't think it has a chance.
A semblance of a chance.
It has a semblance of a chance. I don't think it has a chance.
But I will say I'm happy what they did with Final Fantasy VII. As far as what they showed, I think they gave it the amount of time needed, roughly 15-ish minutes. Went into detail the battle system, which is something people really wanted to see. That was kind of at this point the thing people was curious about the most. So
yeah,
I'm glad they went into that. We got the release date, which is good. Show Tifa, which obviously people have been wanting, and they knew that. So the presentation for Final Fantasy VII, A+.
Like, there's definitely things still that like we want to know that wasn't answered, but like everything we need to know to be ready for this game, we got. Like the rest of it is like cool questions. Like there's things that we haven't seen that I'm excited that we haven't seen. You know, like honestly, I would be fine with going into this game not knowing what Red 13's gonna look like. I'd be fine with that, you know, and then see that in the game. It's probably not gonna happen. There's probably gonna be a reveal.
I just hope he's voiced by Takahata 101.
Yes, of course.
And it's gonna be on the show floor, so we'll get hands-on impressions. Pretty soon.
Yep.
That is exciting. So before we get into this other big thing, let's just talk about maybe the other two things that are potentially worth talking about. Okay.
Is Outriders even worth talking about?
I don't even know what they would be.
It's a new IP from Square. We might as well bring it up.
Okay, what are the two things, Jeff?
Outriders.
Okay.
And Final Fantasy VIII Remaster, which I know people are saying. I don't think we have to say much about it, but
yeah.
Worth bringing it up.
Yeah, I guess we're going to start with Outriders.
I hate to dump on like a new game like that, but it was a bad presentation. Nothing about it looked interesting besides for that one screenshot of that one weird thing, but you didn't even talk about what the game is, what it's about.
No gameplay.
You just showed people working on it and concepts.
To go that long with it and go that much into the dev diary type stuff, but not actually show what really the game is, and for it to look that generic on top of it, it was just like the game didn't earn all of that.
Yeah.
It's the thing that's kind of making me maybe rethink some of the presentations we've had even more, be more negative. Like, can people stop showing all these games and not show gameplay?
I mean, it's a little deceptive because like you can look really cool, but then you don't actually know what the game is. So then you spend months and months in the future being like, oh yeah, that game seems really cool. But you really actually don't know anything about the game.
Yeah,
like,
just have a solid picture
you might
of
hate
what the game is about, what it looks like, what it feels like, and not just, here's an idea.
So it's okay for some games to hear it, like when Final Fantasy VII was announced, for example, the remake, that was fine for that, because it's a kind of a known quantity in a way. But when you're announcing all these new IPs and new game ideas, you just give us a trailer and not really giving us much else, but kind of describe the gameplay, but not show us it, in which it seems that a lot of these games are doing.
Yeah. I mean, it is a little hypocritical. I mean, there are times...
I know, 100%.
Like, Death Stranding did this over and over again, and we applaud Kojima for it, because it's Kojima, you know, like...
Well,
but
people,
we knew
that
nothing
definitely
about it.
got old really fast, and I think...
I was kind of tired of it, but...
Well, I will say this for Death Stranding, we knew that game was far away, at least the first times. But
it was closer than we thought. But
and in the climate that it came out in, of Kojima had like left Konami, we didn't. No one knew what was happening.
We knew just because of legally he couldn't have been working this game more than 6 months at a time. But let's get off Death Stranding for that.
I think it's okay for like some of these things are just feelings. Like
Right. Yeah.
sometimes the things don't always connect one to one. Like this game did this and you applauded it. This game did this and you didn't. Like yeah, sometimes that, but it's like it's a feeling. Like this was like they were introducing me to a new concept in a new game and I wasn't excited. And at the end of the day, that gut feeling is kind of important. I mean that's all that really matters.
Well,
it's just that I was not interested.
And it's one thing if you end it and you don't give a release date, but stuff like Outlanders, they said summer next year, and that Ubisoft game at the end of the conference where they said it's coming out in February and you don't show gameplay. That's bad. We got really far off topic, but this is a good conversation.
Oh, it is, and this will probably be our post E3 talk, so we'll go into this a lot.
Yeah, because overall there's been a heavy lack of gameplay at all.
And we're about to get into something that also lacked it, and I'm kind of disappointed.
That's a great segue.
That is a good segue. Let's just ride that segue.
Yeah. Okay. Final Fantasy VIII Remaster. We'll say that's cool. People are coming. I will
play it. Yeah, I will play that. I've been wanting to play 8 for a long time because it seems up my alley. Like I
get it on Switch.
I love the weird futuristic thing. I actually kind of like that more than the traditional like the old school Final Fantasy thing, which is kind of blasphemy to a lot of people. But I actually kind of like that's part of why I like go to 7 a lot more than 9 and even some of the other ones. Not that I don't like that, but I don't know. 8 seems like it's the wackiness of 7. Like it was the one that followed right after 7. It's kind of similar to it. I'm happy for. There are a lot of Final Fantasy 8 fans that feel like they've been spurned. Yeah. So I'm excited for them. All right, let's close this out with Marvel's Avengers. Don't forget the Marvels.
Yep,
it's important. Marvel's Avengers. Yeah. So. This game ended up being, it appears to be more story focused than maybe we were starting to worry that it would be. Like it was like, I think originally that's what we thought with Crystal Dynamics, but then it started to seem like maybe it was more multiplayer games as a service. Now it's like it's a combination of the two.
Yeah,
because it seems very, very story focused, but they also said it's going to be a story told over years. So it seems like there's going to be like expansion things. Seasons. Which is very reminiscent of like Destinies and stuff like that, and it is co-op.
Yeah,
so it's a combo of the two. It seems.
And a very important thing with the whole it telling the story over years or whatever in the content is they said all that important stuff is free. There are going to be no loot boxes, so that's important.
And expanded characters. They're going to
and I think we can safely assume based on that last little thing that Ant-Man's going to be one of them.
Yeah. Which if they put Ant-Man, there's definitely some other like ones that seem like they should be higher up the totem pole than Ant-Man that we are almost certainly going to get.
Yeah. We're going to get Hawkeye, guys, like the audience wanted.
So what did y'all think of the trailer? Like we'll get to the lack of gameplay thing. What did you think of the story trailer and like their take on Avengers?
My main thing here's the problem with that first little trailer. I got taken out of it a little bit because you kept on mentioning the audio mix was weird,
very bad, yeah.
And it could just be our stream quality, but sometimes some of the I was gonna say some of the faces looked a little off at times.
Yeah, for sure. Some of the models, like at times, I was like, okay, the models actually do look good, and then another scene happened.
And it could be like you mentioned because we're so used to live action Avengers, and this is obviously very movie based,
right?
So
it's a cinematic game, for sure.
And it's a video game, so it's not going to look as good as live action. So that'll take a little bit to get used to, but
But overall, I think the visuals look good. I think they look good enough, and the environments, like I said, it was kind of inconsistent visuals, but I think overall I can dig it enough. You know, I can get into it enough. And I was worried at first. I thought that the characters kind of seemed generic, which is a weird thing to say for these heroes, but it just kind of seemed like, what's special about this version of them? But then as we went, I kind of liked the story of, like, you know, they failed at some point and, like, kind of society has rejected them. I think that's interesting. You can do a lot with that.
I imagine this is the first level, because you see some stuff here that's obviously gameplay, like little gameplay segments meeting, like right here.
Yeah, like this. Yeah.
So this is probably the first level, and then this happens. And yeah, that's when the 5 years.
He definitely just killed that dude.
He's
dead.
Well, those bad guys killed a lot more people. So
okay, so murder justifies
it's
murder.
It's by numbers. Like, I killed innocents, but I didn't kill as many innocents as that guy.
But that guy wasn't an innocent.
How do you know, Jeff?
Because he was in a
he
tank
probably had
thing.
a family.
He had a family.
Man had a family.
Yeah, and this, unfortunately, this is the kind of stuff we have to do because they didn't actually show gameplay. We have to kind of infer. It definitely seems like there was an element of, like, switching back and forth in between them, which I do wonder how that works. If you play the single player, can you switch back and forth, or do you choose someone and you're them for the whole mission or something?
That's a good question.
That is,
we don't know.
Yeah, we don't know.
But we don't know now, and that's fair to criticize them for not letting us know that. But we probably will know by the end of,
E3,
because they've said there's going to be a gameplay thing that people can at least watch or something.
Yeah.
So
I mean, we might know when we stop this stream, there might be some.
Yeah, that's why I keep on trying to look to see if there's anything that might be.
But the bear thing, like, what did you think, Jacob? Because you weren't necessarily super interested in the concept of an Avengers game.
Yeah, it just looks like Avengers to me, and that's fine. But it's not for me. That's fine.
Yeah.
I don't think it quite has the gut punch or the, like, connection that I felt to Spider-Man immediately.
Yeah, and even Spider-Man I wasn't completely sold on until I heard impressions from the gameplay, and then that enticed me, and then I actually liked the story. This, just the way they're pitching it as like a co-op stuff with like seasons and not like a single-player thing, just, again, not for me. Not my...
It's kind of weird, though, because in this whole thing, it's almost like they were pitching it as kind of both the single-player cinematic experience,
which is weird,
and then the co-op thing,
which could be a red flag. It's like some of those games that try to do too many things end up doing none of them well.
Yeah,
and there's still like my biggest concern going into Avengers. Like, my biggest concern is that that's a lot of playable characters to get right and to nail and to make them all feel good. And obviously, this presentation does nothing to tell me one way or the other whether I should still be worried about that or not. And I think we will get those answers. It's just kind of a bummer that we didn't get anything here. But I could absolutely see, like, if the story is still really good, like, I hope it's a game that I feel comfortable playing alone and experiencing the story. And if, like, Alex and Jeff happen to be free and they have it, we can jump in there and do it together. Or we can rerun the story together, like that kind of thing. And like,
or play the expansion stuff, because they said specifically new areas,
right? Like
new characters,
right. So I mean, that could be cool if it does feel good to play, and they keep supporting it with expansion stuff. This could be a games as a service thing that we actually play, because it could be awesome. Like, I'm Iron Man, you're the Hulk, and we're going like that. Just at the base level, that sounds cool.
Yeah, certainly.
Something to potentially get hyped about. Someone posted this. Marvel's Avengers game starts with when the heroes open the West Coast Avengers HQ. Spider-Man PS4 mentions the Avengers aren't around because they're on the West Coast. Marvel's game universe confirmed?
Yeah, that's not a surprising move. I can see that happening.
The only weird thing about that is Spider-Man is
Sony
It's Sony, but they kept on talking about that Sony kind of deal stuff and potential exclusive content. So Spider-Man could be only playable on PS4,
which
that's
would suck.
Big
that
deal.
Would suck.
Yeah,
that would suck a lot.
A lot of angry people at Sony for that.
But it would be weird for a Sony-owned game to be in the same universe as a multi-platform game. That would be odd.
Could be neat, but
yeah. I mean, and like remember Marvel's like Marvel Studios is kind of was at least involved in Spider-Man, so like maybe Sony like this was part of Marvel Studios' deal is like you can have this as an exclusive game, but it's going to be tied into these other games, and maybe Sony just made a deal with that. Like that's not normally what Sony did, but like Marvel really wanted this to be
learn their lesson from the films.
Oh, Darby, that deluxe edition for Final Fantasy VII with the steelbook and all that stuff is $80. So only.
I might do that.
$20 more.
We'll see. We'll see what all it comes with. I don't remember everything, but we can look at it.
A soundtrack.
Okay, we can look at
and
it.
Steelbook.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's too terribly much more to say. I am interested. Like, I think the story trailer did a pretty good job. I'm not 100% sold that the story is not going to kind of feel generic. But there's at least a base level there that I am interested in.
What about the voice cast though?
And the voice cast is very, very good. Yeah, with
Nolan North as Tony Stark. Yes.
Yes. Oh yes. Yeah.
Troy Baker as Bruce Banner. I didn't see coming, but
like even when he started talking, it was like this doesn't sound like Troy, which is a good thing. I mean, like Troy is just a very, very, very good actor.
Yeah,
he can play anything.
Yeah, I felt some Drake in the Tony Stark thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh, that just makes sense.
And Laura Bailey.
Yeah, and Laura Bailey's huge.
As Black Widow. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a big thing. Yeah.
A fun little discussion we can do later on for maybe a main topic, Darby, if you want to, is what Avengers do we want to be playable in this game?
Now that opens up, the doors are open for.
Yep, and maybe talk about how they play, like how we'd like them to play, and all that.
This is very exciting. It's not do not think this is like a confirmed solid hit. Yeah, it's not a slam dunk yet. There's like some.
Final Fantasy VII was a slam dunk.
Hell yeah, it was. But both of these games will be playable, so both of these games will get impressions for, which is good.
Is Avengers playable, or are they just?
I thought they said, because remember they said like it's gonna be playable in the booth, and you were like, but show that, and I said they still might like it.
I think it was. I can't remember if they said playable or something. Like they were showing gameplay on the floor.
Well, either way, there'll at least be like gameplay. Someone is going to see gameplay.
Yeah.
Hopefully they're
going to release that trailer. Oh wait, I just remembered. The E3 Coliseum that's supposed to happen with, that leaked all this stuff that hosted by Andrew Renee. Probably had some gameplay at least at that.
Okay, yeah.
So we should see some. So this conference as a whole, Final Fantasy VII knocked it out of the park. Darby needs to confirm this. Can't ask for much more from that game as far as this.
I'm good.
Avengers, I really need some gameplay. I kind of like what I saw overall. The story seems like it could be cool. Voice cast seems cool and all that kind of stuff. I like the general idea of what they're saying for the gameplay and how they're going to do post-launch content. But how I feel about that generally hinges on the gameplay, and we didn't see that.
Yeah. Solid start, but we need more.
And then all that middle stuff, which is just the ports and DLC stuff and trailers we already shown, and like one or two new games.
Like this showed me we were kind of saying like Square's conference they're going to learn from last year. This tells me Square is still absolutely terrible at doing conferences. They just happen to have two good games.
Yeah.
They just happen to have
two. They had
really
two of
the
most hyped games for this E3.
They fell ass backwards into the conference that I, for the most part, enjoyed, but it was not from any part of their own as far as like planning the conference.
I'd give it a B-.
They did like everything they could to make this conference bad. Because boy, that just felt like eternity. Like I think this conference ended up being like an hour and a half, just like every other freaking conference.
Yeah, all of them ended up being like 75 minutes to an hour and a half plus.
But this one felt like
some sort of like
it was actually might have been the shortest.
I felt like time stopped.
Again, it might have been the shortest one or tied with the shortest. But yeah,
is there some sort of like marketing guy who's like, okay, if you do an hour and a half, that's like the most like cost effective, like time per money spent, like
it must
deadlines.
And that probably is part of this is just like E3 space and stuff costs so much money that they feel like they have to get their money.
I really think this is it. They know, like, okay, we have Avengers and Final Fantasy VII, two games people have been asking us to show for little years, and that people will watch just for those. So we're going to do this whole stage thing. We're going to do a full conference, and we're going to bookend them with our conference with these two games and get people high with Final Fantasy VII, then pretty much hold people hostage for Avengers to show them all the other stuff we're working on. Because that Life is Strange 2 thing didn't really need to be shown. It was kind of like, they kept us hostage for Avengers. So they're like, hey, guys, look at this thing.
It was completely pointless.
It was just
meanwhile,
for like a dozen games.
Yeah, meanwhile, we're going to show you PC port of Octopath Traveler.
That we already knew.
It's already out.
No new information.
A weird Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer with no sound.
God.
A Dying Light 2 trailer, which is a game you've seen plenty of. That was also not a great trailer.
The most exciting things were these announcements reports. That were like some of them were just getting in the West.
Dragon Quest, nothing new in that trailer.
Yeah.
No.
A new game that we know nothing about.
It'd been one thing if they showed the release date, because the length of the trailer was fine, but they didn't show a release date. It was just still fall. I really hope it's not a Nintendo's thing, but it probably is.
Yeah, like last year when they showed it, or it was some Nintendo event where they just showed it forever and it
honestly,
just, like, nothing new.
The in-between thing, other than Final Fantasy VIII, the best showing was Dragon Quest Builders 2. That was fine.
And I don't even know if any of that was new. I don't know enough about the game. I don't know enough about the marketing.
Not, but it was it's a niche thing and it's about to come out, so show it off, show why this is different than Minecraft, and that's fine. I think that was fine for that game.
So much of this just seems like PR obligation. They're like, oh, we get to be in this too, right? Like, okay, yeah, they get to be in it. Oh, we get to be in it too. Yeah, okay, you get to be in it. It's like we have to show everything. It's like there's no thought of like, oh, what actually makes a good show? It's like, oh, no, just show. We need to remind everyone of everything.
Like Romancing Saga 3 did not need to be at E3.
And it did really feel like they knew that they were going to get record views from this because of Final Fantasy VII and Avengers. They knew that. Yep. It was so obvious. So they were like, oh, we're going to have so many eyes on this. Let's throw the kitchen sink in there because they're going to see it anyway.
And here's the thing. I was excited for this, obviously, because of Final Fantasy VII and Avengers, and maybe I gave Square too much credit. I did.
We all did.
No.
Clearly.
No, I was thinking, okay, let's hope there's one really cool new thing we don't know that's coming. That was technically Outriders, but they teased that.
That was just a bad showing.
Yeah. So,
well, that was that.
Yeah. So let's let Jacob go sleep.
Yeah. It kind of sucks that so far all conferences, besides Kind of Funny thing, and I guess PC games and VR and that kind of stuff, but the main ones, all of them have been kind of disappointing in a way.
Yeah, and kind of funny was the expectations were set it was a smaller conference. And,
no, that's good.
It was not. Yeah, but. No, it's every single one of them has had some element of disappointment. Obviously, some way more than others. Like, Microsoft was still a very good conference.
The Microsoft was disappointing because it wasn't mind-blowingly one of the best conferences ever type thing. We set our expectations too high.
And it was just, because Microsoft had an opportunity. And there was, some big things that Microsoft kind of, said a little bit, even though they made it seem like they were going to say more about, most of the conference.
Oh, yeah. So, I guess we kind of mentioned, but we didn't talk about they announced a release date for May 15th. I kind of find it bold, the amount of developers that are announcing game release dates that are 8 months plus away. Like exact dates. Because a lot of the times with this stuff we get early 2020 or whatever. That's what we'd be getting. But no, these people are giving exact dates.
Which is good. I think that's an indication of the new consoles on the horizon.
Yeah, but it's also it's prime for these games are prime for a delay.
Oh,
because
prime.
Avengers just announced an exact date. It comes out in 11 months.
I just kind of glad.
A long time.
I'm kind of glad 7 just realized up front. Oh, we need to go into 2019, so it's not the Kingdom Hearts thing. I'm glad they didn't say December and into not it would be that big of a difference.
Yeah. Yeah, hope for you, Darby, is, when they announce an exact date for Kingdom Hearts, right now for January, they stuck with it. People joked oh, it's going to get delayed again. It didn't.
Yep. All right. I think we can peace out. Any last words?
I mean, people were saying before E3 how, Sony made a mistake not coming, how Microsoft was going to show them up, and man, Sony made the right call. They are not worse for wear for not coming to E3 this year.
I don't think anyone can be pessimistic about Sony now that we've seen just kind of what everyone else. It's just I mean, it's I think video games are still an awesome place. Like we have so much to look forward to next year, and so much to look forward to this year. I mean, like even this year is still better than like many years we've had in the past. Like people will overreact, but like people will say like 2014 sucked, 2013. Like there was a lot of like sucky years, like even in recent history. Video games have just been on fire recently, but like.
I think the main problem with this E3, which, I mean, not necessarily a problem, is we just haven't gotten too many mega hype game announcements. A lot of the stuff that we're really hyped about, we knew about beforehand.
Yeah, and
we're just now getting release dates for all because people kept on announcing games earlier and earlier.
Yeah, and we're getting a lot of interesting new IPs, but
we're getting a lot of good indie games, which people don't count towards this stuff. Like, there's a lot of cool stuff in that Microsoft conference that's coming to Game Pass that I am hyped for. That's smaller.
Yeah, I mean, it was an amazing conference for Game Pass. And, like, even though we're not, they're definitely, like, nowhere even close to Sony or probably even Nintendo, but this was a very, like, clear, nice, good first step towards Microsoft getting there with their first-party lineup, yeah. Like, it's not realistic for them to be there yet. They just acquired a lot of these studios. The fact that Ninja Theory and Obsidian and any of these have things to show is cool. You know?
Hey, guys, we got to remember now from Microsoft, under their first-party like lineup in their back catalog, they have 2 of the greatest 3D platformers ever made.
Yep. All right, Jeff. There you go. There you go.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what happens next year with the new consoles, and probably a lot of new projects will be announced.
I'm slightly worried about Microsoft because it feels like a lot of their studios are accounted for.
Yeah.
They really only seem to have Halo. We know Halo's at launch, but yeah.
Even it seems like Obsidian, like, Outer Wilds, and then like it's gonna be a while before we see like,
Outer Worlds, Darby.
Everyone does it, but yeah.
It doesn't help that both launch and are launching on Game Pass.
So yeah, overall, I can't call this press conference good when only 2 games felt like they were worth the shit, and the vast majority of the time was bad. But it had the game that I had goosebumps the entire time 7 was going. It's my favorite game remade like in such an amazing way. So like obviously that's gonna be enough for me. But weird E3.
Yeah.
All right, well, thank you guys so much. Definitely stay tuned. We have one more conference. We have the Nintendo conference tomorrow morning. Me and Jeff. You're welcome to go, but I'm sure you're working.
Yeah, I'll be working, man.
Yeah, I'll have to go straight to work afterwards. But so maybe it might be a short discussion, but we will do that. And then after that, we're gonna have at some point our like first post E3 discussion video, hopefully with Jacob and or Will. And then obviously
results for the betting thing.
Results for the betting thing. That's what that will be, and then discussion of E3, and then the next few podcasts after this, we're going to be unpacking E3 for a while. So, lots to look forward to. So,
and there'll be news during the show too, the actual show, the actual E3.
Wait, what now?
The actual E3
Yeah,
event.
once E3 starts, there'll still be...
E3 is not over.
With the post-E3 conference will be a lot of discussing the news, our awards stuff, and I guess the betting results.
Right.
And give me your punishment, you coward.
Yeah, I can't think of anything good. I have an idea.
Just borrow mine. Like you can just use the same as mine. It's good.
We'll tell you what it is afterwards.
It's good. All right. Bye.